Well, we have another welding machine to review. This is a 205 amp. So let's get the camera down and show you the box that came in and then open this thing up and check it out. Okay, here's the box. Like I said before, I don't know why people want to see the box, but here you go. It's that brand, how you pronounce that, MIG205DS. Although I thought it was going to be a 205A, but anyway, there's that. So let's get the box open and check this thing out. All right, here's the MIG gun, MIG torch, whatever you want to call it, the MIG lead. Obviously I took this off, and the tip. It comes with a 1.0 and a 0.8, which I'm pretty sure that's an awful little tiny hole. Pretty sure that's 3.0 wire, and the 1.0 I'm pretty sure is 4.0 wire. And I don't have either one of them wires. All I have is 3.5. So I'm gonna have to figure that out because it did not come with any wire. But here's the ground clamp, just like most of them. At least it does have the copper strap in there or whatever. It is the small style. And there's the stinger for stick welding. Hopefully you can see all that. I'm not going to open that up because I don't have any welding rods for that either. And even if I did, I have one that I can use. Well, maybe. I don't know. It's the small size, so maybe not. And then, of course, here is the hose to hook to your argon. I'm not going to open that because my tank already has a hose on it. So let's get over here, check out the machine. Then I'm going to hook everything up and show you a little bit better. It's a pretty cool looking machine so far. Everything's all wrapped up, shipped pretty good. And from the looks of that, it can use a 2-pound or 10-pound spool. There's the back, power, there's the cord, there's where your argon hooks right there, your gas. And there's the different settings or whatever on the inside. And if you want to see that any longer, then just pause the video, right? All right, I already showed you, but I'm going to show you again. Obviously, I got the camera tipped down a little bit so you don't see the lights glaring so bad. Okay, maybe that's a little better. Obviously, it comes with a nozzle. Comes with the 2 tips. I got to put one of them back into MIG lead. I don't know which one. Probably the 4.0. And I'll try to use some 3.5 through it. If that'll work. We'll see. Also came with the past quick start guide, user manual, and it did come with an extra roller. Hopefully you can see that. It's the good kind. It's 0.9 and 0.8. Let me take the one out of the machine and see what it is. Okay, when I was going over the owner's manual, user manual, whatever you want to call it, I noticed something a little strange. If you can see here, the bottom one is a spool gun, top left is gas shielded, and the top right is self-shielded. You see where it says hook the negative, the clamp, earth clamp, which is the ground. You hook it to the center one. You see right here, this earth clamp is coming to the center. The wire coming from the machine is hooked on the right. Now let's go over here to the machine. As you can see, that's positive on the left, negative on the right. Let's go back over here. Now, when you want to use flux core, self-shielded, this is the way you hook it up. Ground clamp hooked to the positive. This wire here would go over here and hook to the negative, which would make the electrode negative, ground positive. And it's the other way around with gas shielded. The clamp goes to the negative, and then the MIG lead is positive because of this wire here, this jumper wire. Let's go back over here. This jumper wire. But if you read the machine, do you see a problem with that? Now, let me go back over here and get the book. I'm not going to be able to point at it because I'm holding the book in my hand. Well, maybe. You see right here it says earth clamp. You follow the line, it goes into the center for self-shielded. Self-shielded. It's on the right. The jumper is on the left. So they're saying hook the ground clamp to the negative, which would be electrode positive. And write the opposite for gas shielded. Hook the electrode to the positive, which will make the electrode negative. That's backwards. Because if you go over here and look, if you're gas welding with gas, see there's a tank. Over here there's no tank. Earth clamp hooks to the right. Up here it shows it hooking to the center. That is wrong. It hooks here. Ground negative, electrode positive. DCEP, that's what that stands for. Right there. The little jumper wire goes in the middle on the positive and the ground clamp goes on the negative. I just thought you'd like to see that because it could be confusing if you look at this and then you look up here and you go, well, wait a minute, that's backwards. Then that, which one's right? So if you don't know, it could mess you up, right? Also, if you can see, this is 035, so it needs a 1 because there ain't no 9. The 9 is knurled. That knurled is for flux core. You see there's an 8. The other side's a 1. And I said you put it in where it's facing you, whatever size you're using. This one is backwards. You see the wire is in the back, not the front. So you got to put it in with the size you're using facing the machine. I don't know why it's like that. Probably the same reason that's backwards, but let's finish setting this thing up. Okay, I'm going to hold the book up. Hopefully you can see all that. That's all your different settings. If you need to see those any longer, just pause the video, right? And in case I forgot to mention, I did not buy this. They sent this to me to review. Let's turn it over here to the machine. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. Hopefully there ain't too bad of a glare. All right, here's the mode. As you can see, I got it in 2T. I don't like 4T. I don't know why they even use it, but you just push this and switch it to 4T. Push it and hold it for like 5 seconds, it says. And it switches back to 4T, 2T. But right now I got it in MIG mix. That's for using mixed gas. There's flux core. Hopefully you can see all this. There's spool gun. It has a spool gun setting. That's what this is down here. That's, I guess, to trigger your spool gun for welding aluminum. Then that stick, Actually, it says MMA, but it's the same thing as stick, right? There's lift TIG. There's MIG, MAG. That's for using CO2 gas, according to this book anyway. And then there's the mix. We're going to put it on the mix because that's what I'm using. Okay, this knob here, set the arc length. Push it again to set the inductance. You see, it don't take but a split second and it goes back, so you gotta be quick doing it. Set that at whatever you want that set at. And this side here is your wire speed, and of course that's the volts. Faster the wire speed, the more the volts go up. That's normal. So let's try to weld something with it. All right, I got a couple pieces tack welded together. Let's try this machine out and see how it works. Well, I'm going to try to hold this up so you can see the welds. This was welding with gas. I don't know if you can see that or not. Welds didn't turn out too bad. Probably could have had the heat turned up a little bit. Obviously, that's just a tack, and then I started there and went. So let me show you the other one. Now this is a little bit thicker. Also, that one has mills. Let me show you on a piece that ain't hot. You see how this is rusty, but it's kind of shiny? And then this piece has mill scale all over it. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know if one's cold rolled steel and one's hot rolled or what. It was just some scraps that the company had that I picked up from the steel supply. Some drops they had. Anyway, let me show you the thicker one, the shiny one, right? As you can see, it looks like it could have been a little warmer, but they didn't turn out too bad. Okay, well, it works, right? It welds. Things are still super hot. And that's just, wow, that one's still real hot. That's just the first, what, 4 welds? 5 welds with it, because one of them was a little short one. And not readjusting the machine. I had it set pretty good from the get-go. There is a couple things I don't like about it. overall, it's an excellent machine. I mean, it welds good. It did not come with any wire. Most welding machines do. They come with at least 2 rolls of two-pound wire, one flux core, one solid core. This did not come with either one. And there's something in the back. Let me unplug it and I'll show you. Most welding machines that will run on, I may have forgot to mention that this welding machine will run on 110 or 220. It said it up here in the center. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but it was on 220. I will say it does have a long power cord, but most of them, as you can see, most of them have a 220 wire, which should be a little bigger than this, a little more heavy duty, with the 220 plug on the end of it, and then adapt down to 110 if you want to use 110 instead of the other way around. This one is wired 110 and you have to adapt up to 220. I don't really like that. Yeah, here's one. I'll show you. See? If the wire coming from the welding machine was 220, it would plug into here, and then this would plug into 110. You go down to 110, not up to 220. This should have had a 220 plug on it, like that, like most weld machines, and then go down to 110. I don't really care for that. Don't know if it really matters, but I do know. Let me set that one back under there. That one's to my Art Captain machine. I do know the cord should be a little bit more heavy duty than this for welding, for using 220. It is what it is, I guess. They say it'll work, and it did. I don't know if it got hot or anything. I didn't check that. That's about the only gripe I have with the machine, is it should be the other way around. It should be wired 220 and go down to 110, not wired 110. I don't know if I like that. I also forgot to mention, well, I think I mentioned it when I went through the settings. This will do lift TIG, stick, and MIG, and it'll do gasless, which is flux core, or gas. I have it set up for gas because you see the tank. But, well, no, there's two gripes. The cord, and it didn't come with any wire. I guess they assumed that if you're going to be welding, you already have wire, or you know where to get some wire, but it would have been nice to at least come with two-pound spools, or maybe one 10-pound spool. For somebody that's just starting out, it works. It welds. It welds pretty good, actually. You know, one thing I didn't notice the fan coming on. I don't know if I didn't weld long enough to get it hot or what. Not sure. Well, I'll have a link to it on Amazon if I can find it on Amazon. So go down there in the description of the video, check out the link, go to Amazon and check this machine out. It's pretty good. I like it. That's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.